Okay, so you're a mortgage broker who is looking to get started with posting on social media. In today's video, I want to break down how you can actually get started, what you should be posting to initially optimize your profile, but also the reason as to why you should even bother in the first place. If it's taken you up until now to get started, you probably have some hesitations about whether or not this is going to work or what the purpose would even be and how this will fit in to your overall business strategy to take strangers who don't know you and convert them into leads, prospects, and actual paying clients that will allow you to grow your business. Because at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants. But how do we actually bridge that gap from having social media be a cost, a boring chore, and something that we feel like we're being forced to do to keep up with the times, and converting that into something that actually complements your business and allows you to grow predictably and on your own terms as well? So without further ado, let's break this down and provide some clarity on exactly how you can get started, what you would need to be posting, how we can maintain this going into the future, and how we can relate this back to what we're actually trying to achieve as well, which is generating new clients and where it fits in from a strategic standpoint. Let's do it. So why even bother with social media in the first place? If you haven't yet gotten started, I'm going to go ahead and assume that the vast majority of your business comes as a result of your current client bank. Whenever you get started in your career, you more than likely had some close friends, family, so on and so forth that you went ahead and worked with to build up a bit of a repertoire and a CV. They referred their own friends and family, so on and so forth. It spiraled. Before you know it, let's assume you're a solo advisor. You have a good few hundred clients in your base, and you do anywhere from 5 to 20 mortgages a month, depending on how busy it is and depending on how busy the market is. But you don't really have any control over where you fit on that spectrum. Some months it's 5, some months it's 20. Sometimes you're completely wrong off your feet, and sometimes you're quiet and actually wonder where the next deal is coming from, which is probably why you're looking to get started with this in the first place. But where does social media actually come into? So let's compare it to those referral leads. The thing about referrals, and you might believe because you close 90% of your deals or 99% of your deals, whatever, that you're great at sales, you're not actually selling to anybody when it comes to referrals. They've sold themselves and then they contact you. The difference that we're having with social media is that these people aren't yet sold on the idea and you have to sell them on it. So we're getting people who aren't necessarily 100% guaranteed to go ahead and do something. They may be slightly aware that they have a problem, but they don't know you and they don't know the solution to that problem either. So linking this back to the actual buyer journey and where social media comes into this, the purpose of it is to get people to know you, but also show them that there is a solution to this problem that they may be facing, helping them flesh out that issue, helping them understand where they currently are and some of the problems that they're currently facing, but also showing them that there is light at the end of the tunnel and a solution that they can take to overcome those. And by doing your content right, then you're going to, number one, provide the confidence that you can help them solve it. You're going to provide them the clarity on where they currently stand. And if you do it correctly, you're going to get them to enjoy the process as well. But at the end of the day, that's also just sort of a customer service thing. So I'm not going to go too much into how you speak with your current clients. But that is the purpose of social media. It's to show people that they have a problem, provide them clarity on where they stand currently and what options are available as well, and how you can specifically help them solve those and what they can expect from an outcome, and providing enough conviction in what you do to give them the confidence that you can be that person to solve that problem. And I haven't even mentioned up until this point, you need to get people into that system in the first place. So you need to catch their attention. First of all, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to first catch their attention and then nurture them the whole way along that. So what type of content do you actually want to post whenever you're doing this? Very, very simply, if you're only getting started and you haven't made a piece of content before, you want to set up your Instagram profile in the best way possible. Number one, you want to get a good profile picture on there. Whenever I say profile picture, I'm talking like head and shoulders-ish. So like here upwards, smile, do whatever you want, like this. Close your teeth, whatever works for you. And put that onto a background. And if you're wondering, you want some inspiration, go ahead, have a look at my account. I will link some of my clients down below for you to have a look at their profile as well. That way you can get some inspiration how you can set this up. And you want to optimize your bio also. And whenever I say optimize, I mean just tell people what you do. So for your actual account name, you're going to want to have your name dash mortgage advisor. And if you work with a specific niche as well, Then go ahead and throw that niche into the name. That way, whenever people are searching for you on Instagram, they'll find that you work in the specific niche. When it comes to your bio, you want to just explain who you are, what you do, who you are, who you work with, and how you help them. So you can say, working with, I don't know. I'll try and think of an example. I'll relate this back to myself, and this isn't like a self promotion thing or anything like that. Helping mortgage advisors with generating new business, with generating new leads, nurturing those leads and converting them into sales. That could be an example for me. Obviously, a very poor one because I'm on the spot, but you see where it is that I'm going with it. Who you are, what you do, who you help, and how you help them. That's what you want. And by all means, yeah, you can go ahead and throw in a link to your website wherever you want. Truth be told, not that many people are going to be clicking on it if you're just getting started. This is just an initial strategy. I don't want to go too much into detail. When it comes to your actual posts, the first thing you want to do is have an introduction post. Who are you and who is your company? So explain a little about yourself, how you got into mortgages in the first place, why you're now getting started on social media, who do you work with specifically, why do you work with that ICP specifically, what problems do those people typically face, how do you help them solve those problems specifically, throw in some social proof to an extent, worked with X amount of people over the years, and then explain a little about your goals as well, a little about you, what you do in your spare time as a whole, as a person, as you an individual. Who are you and what do you want from this life and what are you trying to achieve and how is this Instagram page and this business, this mortgage brokerage, acting as a vessel to help you achieve that? What sort of impact do you actually want to leave on the world as well? Make an introduction post. That can be via video in the same way that I'm doing now. It can be through multiple photos and what's known as a carousel. So a carousel is just photos that you can swipe through for anybody that's not familiar with that, but you've probably seen them before. And explain to people who you are and what you do. Because, like I said, when initially going back to the reason that we do social media, yes, we need to get people's attention, but then we also need to show them that we can be their solution. And ultimately, if it's a mortgage, it's a big decision. They need to be able to trust you as a person. And having that introduction post will be super helpful. And that leads quite nicely on to the second post. And that is having social proof in there and testimonials. You've probably done hundreds of mortgages in your lifetime, and you probably have. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you already have some reviews. Go ahead and share the reviews. If you don't have any, just go to your past 5 to 10 clients and ask them, just say, hey, listen, guys, hope you're settling okay. How are things? Anything I can do to help? And they'll say, oh, no, it's fine. You're fabulous. Just say, listen, really enjoyed working with you guys. I would more than appreciate it if you could let me know how you found the service or how you found your experience working with me on Google or whatever, and provide them a link. And you can do that. You can get new reviews and share those. So not only are you introducing people to who you are through the introduction video, but you're also giving them further confidence that you can do exactly what it is that you say that you're going to do and help them with achieving that transformation. So it's that little double whammy of building that liking and knowing factor through the introduction video, whereby they get to like you, they get to know a little bit more about you, but also getting to trust you as well through the social proof. And all three of those like, know, and trust will be built up through that social proof of testimonials and through an introduction video as well. Okay, so I'm aware that I'm probably talking very fast, so I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to summarize thus far. Introduction video, explain a little about who you are, the problems that you help people with, the solutions that you provide to them, why you do this, why you get out of bed, and the impact that you want to leave on the world, as well as that social proof through the testimonials. Whenever it comes to the purpose of that, this is to get people into your system, to get them to like you, to get them to know you, to actually just get your name out there and create an ecosystem of viewers, of leads, of potential clients that you can work with and communicate with on a regular basis as well. Let's call it an ecosystem for the sake of this example, because that's what I refer to personally with all my clients also. That is step one, and that is for those who are just getting started. And that was the purpose of the video. So I could leave it here, but I don't want to just leave you hanging at the end of that, because very quickly you're going to run into an ongoing problem. And that is, how do I come up with ongoing content ideas? And how do I actually get paying clients off the back of this account as well? Because you're getting people to know you and getting people to watch your stuff isn't necessarily going to get them to start waving their card and wanting to work with you straight away. There's another step involved with that. So you get people to know you, but that's only step one in the buyer's journey. The buyer's journey is taking people from being complete strangers over here all the way to working with you There's a bit more of a in-between there with that. So ongoing strategy is really simple. If you want a really simple one, all that you need to do is list what your clients tell you. List questions the prospects give you whenever you're speaking with them on discovery calls and introduction calls. Let's say you face the same question 5 times in a week. Do you think that there is a chance that other people are going to be in the same position wondering the answer to that same question who watch your Instagram? Yeah, of course there are. Because these are the type of people that you're attracting into your brand, into your ecosystem. And if 50% of the people that you speak with in person are asking this question, you can't speak with 1,000 people in a week, but you can have 1,000 people watch your video. And if 50% of those people are wondering the answer to that, then before you know it, you've made 500 positive impressions on your audience. So listen to what people are telling you. Listen to what your prospects are telling you. Listen to what your current clients are telling you. Listen to what your leads are telling you. Listen to what your inquiries are telling you, and make videos about it. If someone asks you a question, write it down. If someone asks you another question, write it down, and make a book of questions that people are asking you. Another thing you can do is actually list in objections that people are giving you as well. You might be wondering, oh, objection question, what's the difference? Objection is something that actually holds back a sale from going ahead. You might notice that there's a recurring problem there, whereby you actually have to make content that shifts people's beliefs. And this is different from question, because a question is just someone looking for some more information. But if someone says, I genuinely don't believe this is good for me, and I'm not going to do it, that's a belief issue. That's an objection compared to just a question. Make videos around the objections and show them why, show people why they're wrong and why they should actually believe you and why they should trust you and why they should work with you. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, that sounds a bit slimy, well, you're the expert here. And if it isn't in their best interest, then don't do it. But I'd like to think that what you're selling and what you're doing here is in people's best interest, and you're actually helping them and having a positive impact on the world. So I'd ask you, if you're challenging me at this stage, to reframe that. If people are better off as a result of working with you, then yes, it is in your interest and their interests to re-educate them on why they should be going ahead with you. So that's some ongoing stuff that you can do. Questions that people give you, issues that are coming up in your calls, objections that are stopping people from going ahead. Go ahead and provide those answers. Go ahead and make that content that shifts people's beliefs and explain why they should be listening to you, as opposed to why they should just stay on the same path. People don't like change, right? It's more than likely why people don't go ahead. They don't like change, especially big change in relation to a mortgage. So let's actually go into some actionable examples. Let's say you speak with 10 prospects. Let's say they're all first-time buyers, for example, and they're all wondering how much they can afford to borrow. Every single one of them is wondering how much they can afford to borrow. What's going to be top of your content list? So I was speaking with some clients during the week, and by far the most common question that I received was, Emmett, how much can I afford to borrow? So today I'm going to answer it and then explain to people how much they can afford to borrow. And before you know it, you have made a piece of content that is valuable for everybody in your audience, because 10 out of 10 people, 100%, are wondering what the answer to that question is. And this is the step 2, by the way. Getting people into the system is step 1. Step 2 is helping them along that sales process, actually giving them the specific answers and the specific value and the specific belief reframing content that they need to recognize, oh wait, I actually should be doing something about this. I should be working with this individual. And yeah, they're going to charge me money, but I know that I'll be better off as a result of it. And that's where that ongoing content strategy comes in. Get them to like, know, and trust you more, but also get them to realize why they should be taking action and doing something with you in the first place as well. So that's a nice double whammy, whereby you can get new people into your system, but also you can build on that like, know, and trust factor and get them to trust and like and want you to work with them to give them the solutions to the problems that they're facing and completely bridge that gap. And yet, by all means, I could leave it here, but I'm going to give some more value on top of this. When it comes to really getting people across the line, what you might find is that Instagram isn't necessarily enough. It's not enough. There are studies done by Google, so on and so forth, that say that people need to watch, like 7 hours of your content across, I believe it was 11 different touch points. So that could be 11 short form videos, but you're not going to get 7 hours into that. So this is where things like long form and YouTube content come into play, whereby, let's say you talk about affordability, how much you can afford to borrow in more detail. Call it a 10-minute video where you actually talk about different criteria with different lenders, how your current debt affects that. so on and so forth. And you can provide value to your audience. Just go into depth on this, explain it in very good and vivid detail to educate those people. And that'll contribute to your 7 hours straight away. You can clip up your YouTube. And whenever I say clip up, let's say you have a 10-minute video, you can break that down into, 5 or 6 different 1-minute clips, which are more precise and cover one specific topic within a larger topic. So it's called a subtopic within a full topic. You can clip that up and redistribute it across your short form platforms, Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube Shorts. You can introduce emails at this stage as well. And you can introduce story posts. So let's say, for example, you start giving away lead magnets through your Instagram stories. I spoke with 10 people during the week and they were wondering how much they could afford to borrow. I figured that some more people might be wondering this. If you are wondering how much you can afford to borrow, comment the word affordability. And I will send you over a full guide to help you understand how much you can afford to borrow. Have people sign up to that. Oh, what's your email? I'll send it over. Add them to that email list. On the email list, promote your long form content. The emails in themselves are going to be a touch point. The short form in itself is going to be a touch point. The long form is going to be a touch point. There's a lot of touch points going on here that are going to, number one, get people into your system, nurture people along that system, and then give them the confidence to buy from you at the end of the day as well. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot that can be done. And this video is only supposed to be for people who are getting started. I've rambled on, I've gone ahead and I've told you the whole way through how to go from beginner all the way to 100 as well. And before you know, if you do implement everything that I've told you here, with the story posts, with the emails, with the long form content, with the proper value, and amending this over time as well to what your audience wants and what your clients want, and properly iterate this, then before you know it, you'll have a 10 out of 10 content system, and you will generate some serious results with this as well. I mean that, especially if you start to implement paid advertising into that too. Start boosting these posts organically and get more people into that, get more eyes on your channel, then things will absolutely take off for you. And I know that to be true because, well, I've seen it, I've done it, I've literally seen it with my own eyes. So I can't recommend it enough. I hope you managed to take some value from this. If you're looking for help with actually handling all the leads that you're going to generate from this, then you can use our software partner, Go High Level, for completely free, by the way. If you use the second link in the description, then you can get a 14-day free trial to Go High Level. I use it across all my client accounts. I couldn't recommend it enough. And if you want me to do all of this for you, it's paid, by the way. I'm trying to sell you something. Then you can click on the first link, whereby you and I can have a conversation about how I can help in the first place, how I can actually help your business, and whether or not this would even be a good option for you. And I will tell you if it's not, by the way. I don't want to waste your time. But if you don't want to be sold to, then don't click it. But I appreciate you tuning in, appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you in the next video as well. Take care.